Coming to you live with a recording at 0800 hours 45 minutes. And it is Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020. This is the start of the Black Brother series. African Descendant Men discussing openly. My mission statement for this channel is to be alive off of our point of views, who we are, our lifestyles, politics, gaming, whatever it's going to be. But, there's that but. We don't project none of that negative energy. I don't care if we have 2, 3, 4, 5 people a part of us. I don't care. So when somebody comes to this channel as an African descendant man in America, or African descendant around the world, they say, this is what I want to be part of online. Because I keep hearing the notion off of social media or the media outlets, this don't happen in the real world. But yet, I go outside every day and see it. I even see the stigmas and stereotypes true, and more times or so not true. And I'm not basing this off another race or nothing. I'm basing this literally off of us in America. And I've been to other countries. I'm basing this off other countrymen. It's not true. I'm not going to sit up here and just lie about information or course or pander or vet the image or the situation and what I've been through. I'm going to throw that out the door because this channel, we're going to empower each other. We also, at the same time, we're going to speak a lot of truths. We're going to show how we overcame, how we persevered, that no other race have to endure over the time. And we keep saying that this race should be more thankful, but we still go through things. That we're not going to ignore that brother, how he feel today. We're going to listen to him. So we do one-on-ones. We have panels. We try to limit panels to how many men on the panel. And we can ask each other questions and have one brother just ask everybody questions. How do they really feel? We're not going to judge each other. Anybody that come on this channel want to judge? There's no warnings. We're not little kids. We mature adults. I don't have that background of hate my brother, pull my brother down, hate my real brother, pull him down. If I don't agree, we just don't agree. And we're going to say, man, I don't agree. And you're going to say, why you don't agree? We're going to have truths. We're going to have facts. We're going to have, if you got to pull out, we're going to use statistics if we want to use statistics. But one part is not going to be our end all, begin all. We're going to use real life stories to uplift and empower. But it's not going to become what we assimilated in that same hatred. I don't got to hate you. We're going to show brothers how to love each other. True love. True love do not hurt a brother on purpose. Now, if it's truth and you get hurt, that's good. Because now you can go back and reflect and say, damn, am I really that way? Did I really do that? Instead of saying, well, I ain't gonna bring up my past, that's my past. No, we're gonna talk about the real live past on these men. But we're not gonna condemn it and persecute them. We done with that. We done with condemning and persecuting. We want us brothers to feel love, to feel desired, to feel beautiful, handsome. See, do you feel handsome? Do you feel beautiful? I don't mean in some crazy way that the world say, oh, no, why shouldn't you? Brother, you should wake up feeling beautiful. Like that's not even nothing to talk about. And on the same part, I'm going to say this. I know this probably not going to be monetized. I hope we get a lot of subscribers that's really to build up the man. Even the gay men, the homosexuality, not so that we highlight, oh, homosexuality is good, bad is good, or gang life is good, drugs is good. No, we pull them brothers out of the negative Be gay, but you don't got to be negative. Be in the streets, but you don't have to be. See, that sounds stupid. That's gonna sound funny. Be in the streets, but don't got to be negative. And we're gonna discuss what I mean by that over time. You are cool. You are everything that this list is showing. The other side of it, you're not adequate. You're less than. That's not true. You don't do something. You don't have enough. That's not true. They're scared of you. That's true for some odd reason. But it's not the correct scared of you. They are scared and frightened where they would rather shoot you than to talk to you. We're going to change that narrative, and we're going to call them out, and we're going to bring brothers that's not brothers on the show. We're not going to drill them. We're not going to persecute them. We're going to try to comprehend. We're going to finally be comprehensive to each other and say, man, why you think your uncle, or even if that brother feel a certain way, I'm going to say, you can be racist, but that's not what we brought you on the show for. Because we want to talk to racists. We're not worried about changing their minds. We're not worried about them being negative and say, see, this is what I'm talking about. No, we want to get see, I sound stupid right now to you, don't I? I want to talk to a racist or a hatred person. Out of sight, out of mind, that's not true. Because if a tree fell 10,000 miles away, will we still hear that tree fall? Or do that tree not fall? So to say, well, I'm never going to go to prison, that is one of my reinforcements and affirmations. I'm never going to prison. But prison does exist for a lot of brothers. And we're going to talk to those brothers that have been in prison. I want to link up. And just because we're online, this is going to happen in real life, because you're going to hear this. Because if you read a book, if you go to school and go to college, because we keep saying this is offline, this is not offline. You go to college and get that degree and then go build your company or go work for a company. Are you not using that degree? So when you're online, are you not going to use the good positive affirmations and the good information applied to your real life? Because you did that with your college degree. You did your college degree online. But you want to keep saying that's not true, but you that same things you went to a college, an institution for it, to learn information or to get more information about what you had less information about, and you applied it to your life because you went to work or you created a business. But telling me you don't use that, but then to say what we're going to talk about, this is not, no, we're not going to do that. That's downgrading. You persevere, brother. They saying you didn't do it. Yes, you did. They keep moving the goalposts, and you keep making the field goal. They even made it so hard, they put you 100 yards back in the stadium, put the goalpost outside where you can't see. You kept kicking it, and then you finally made it. You're like, oh, you hit it. Then you know how long you're supposed to hit that ball and where the target at. And then they still tried to move it. That's resilience, brother. You are handsome. You are beautiful. You're not ugly. What makes you ugly is really your soul and your spirit. We're going to get into spirituality, brothers. Let's talk about spirituality. You cool. You collected. You're not wild and crazy. You're not a wild boy. You're not grimy. You're not a snake. You're not savage. You can be those things under a certain text, a certain context. But as who you are as an African Descendant Man, an African man, no, you're not none of those things. You are great. They telling you you are not less than, you not a king because you do this and that. No, you know what made me a man is what I kept breaking down the barriers that they said I wasn't going to do and still doing them. I'm still got more life to go. We're mature. You mature. That's why it's called maturity. Developing better. You don't have it. Nobody has it. I don't care what no person says. They did not have it at day one. It took time. And if it's taking you longer, so what? Your flower just didn't blossom and bloom yet. Your tools just not, your tools are still shiny and not dull and rusted. You didn't have to repair your tools. You didn't have to renew. But you're creating a renewed mind and a renewed heart and a new soul and spirit. You are not weak. You're not effeminated. You're not emasculated. You're not feminized. That's BS. You are strong. You are not simple, and you can be simple. We are complex because I'm not going to compartmentalize who I am for someone to try to understand me. Our light is who we are. I don't have to kick my brother away and say, now, it's some people that you shouldn't be around all the time, but I ain't got to not be around them at all. What I do, I learn, I know who I can go out with. I know who can play ball with. I know if I can play ball and go out with him, I can bring him around my family. Well, I can bring him around my family. He don't play sports. He don't do those things. So I'll bring him. So it sounds funny to you, but that's a complex. You're not one part of the no one man. That one man is not one part of that one man who you think he is. You are very wise. You are intelligent. You are a genius, brothers. You're not bad. You're not dumb. You're not stupid. Your penis do not rule you. Sorry that you enjoy sexual nature. See, everybody else get to enjoy sexual nature, but you don't get to enjoy it? Even in going down, you hunt. You don't envy. You are gorgeous. You are an originator. You are a very sexual being man. You are a king amongst men. We are men amongst each other. That kings stand before kings. And you want to know one thing I didn't do? That whole spew throughout this. Words that describe African descendant men in America or African men. I did not bash. I did not downgrade. I did not berate. And I did not belittle no person. I did not call out a name. You see how I stuck? And see, that's maturity. That's how I had to grow. I'm not doing it to be fake. I don't have no ulterior. This channel was literally the Brother Talk series. I don't have no ulterior motive because we're going to get into that. If somebody say, well, this is why this happened. We're going to say, we're going to entertain it, but it's going to be some true insight. And I want brothers that have true insight. And there's brothers out there that I can talk to. Even the brothers I don't agree with. I'm going to talk to them, but then that's going to be more of a one-on-one panel because I learned as brothers, we don't know how to talk to each other. And I don't want to get a panel versus strife and battle, be bigger. My balls bigger than your balls. My green bigger than your green. My money bigger. My bling bigger than your bling. My life bigger than your. No, I want to get those men one-on-one and listen to them. And then when I respond, I'm like, I'm not going to be battling them. The battle is not within me. It's not within them. The battle outside. When you fight, that's outside. When you at calm and tranquility, quote unquote, peace, that's inside. You manifested everything you want. What comes from out of you, so that's in you, it's going to be manifest outside of you. And I don't work that way. If I fight you, physical fight, we're going to be in the ring. We're going to have gloves on. And we're going to do pay-per-view, if that's the case. We're going to have it on this channel. Oh, you want to fight him? Let's get in the ring. We're going to have real officials. Yep, we're going to do the whole 9 yards. But if we're not doing that, I don't see no beef with you. Because then if I beat you that way, you can't say I cheated, I picked something up, I did something different. All you going to say is, damn, and as a man, you got to say it. I got my ASS kicked. Forget that. I got your ass kicked as a man. And you got to respect. And if you don't, we don't rock with that. We don't rock when we don't respect each other. I don't think fighting is bad. War is the other side. I don't do war. You want a war? You a war amongst them. I stay on top of my hill and watch y'all kill each other. And then when the young men, that's the whole point, the mission, the young men that's going to need us or me, we're going to be there to help them. I'm going to be there to help them. Because they're going to have fathers that's not there, men that want to do make stupid decisions. It's stupid decisions. They're not stupid. They're foolish because they allow what's outside of them to manifest and dictate what type of man they are becoming and what they're going to be. And we're going to start creating back that energy to protect our sons and daughters and our women of our families. And we're going to have to understand that I have to understand this too. I got to let some things go that if a woman don't want you, You can't be angry at her. She turned you down. She dissed you or rejected her. I know she gonna call you bad names, but you're gonna be the bigger man. We gonna learn and we gonna talk how to work through that. As brother to brother, be like, yo, that hurt it. I know it did. You spent all that time, that energy, your effort. Literally, your money is your blood, sweat, and tears. I call my money my blood, sweat, and tears. I'm a CNA, right? Or I'm doing laboring, so I'm doing construction. I'm welding, I'm carpentry, basement waterproofing, all these different things. Why I say blood, sweat, and tears? Well, I know at one point in my time on my job, I'm gonna get cut. That's when I bleed. I'm gonna be sweating because I'm lifting up heavy rocks. I'm losing weight and gaining. See, even in work. See, that's why work is good sometimes. You get stronger. I remember I couldn't. Now this is the time I say I couldn't, but I know I could. I couldn't lift the beams. They was different size, so I have to carry with somebody. But then one of the other workers. But then it was me and the other worker was being very petty. Yes, he was another race male. I never argued with him, but I would say my truth. I never win the day. You wasn't not going to say something to me, and I wasn't going to say something back. Especially if it's in the wrong. Kept saying, oh, you can't do this. I didn't say, no. Oh, I know. I'm looking at it like, I know I can't carry this by myself. This beam is over 100 pounds. And it's not that it's over 100 pounds, it's long. So imagine you know what I'm talking about, them beams when you escalate houses and excavating. I said escalating. Same thing, you lifting up the house to hold the house steady. Them beams as heavy as you know what. So I have to take the time out, and over time, I was lifting other objects, even those beams, even though I wasn't lifting them by myself. Even I was lifting the smaller ones by myself, still heavy. But those don't feel, I don't know, maybe the awkwardness, maybe those were 100 pounds, but they were smaller. So I'm guessing they had to be less weight as well. And then one day he said, we got to grab 4 or 5 or 6 beams. He looked at me and I looked around. Everybody else drove off. It was just me and him. And I knew he wasn't going to help me because he was doing something else, because he was prepping for the job. So I'll give him that, because it was only me and him. It was a big job. That's why when they said, oh, I work too slow, I laughed. I never really got into it. And the one dude other young brothers that work by himself, he said, OJ, they're not your friend. Kept telling me that. I knew they wasn't, but kept reminding me they're not your friend. And so I'm thinking, well, ain't nobody around. So I had to grab the beam. I thought this day, it had to be a Monday or a Tuesday, because that's when you start off the work week, we get all the supplies and we take it. So it had to be a Monday. So Saturday and Sunday, I know I got some good rest. I recovered. That's the greatest days. Your 2 days off or your day and a half off, because you might work on a Saturday, is your greatest recovery days. I grabbed the beams. He seen me bring the last beam out. He looked in the truck. He said, who helped you with the beams? I said, no one. Then we got to the house. He did the same thing. He said, can you grab those beams? So what he did, he watched me go to the truck and he looked out the little part, because when you go into the basement, a lot of people's houses, you got to walk down on little stairs. Some houses are still built that way. I guess it's more, say, for if it's a tornado or storm door type of thing. He was shocked. After that, it's this whole persona of me changed. So that's what I'm getting at. Once we exchange our persona of who we are, not what other people think about us. See, my whole mentality went, I couldn't lift that to I can lift that. And I didn't let that bother me. See, and that's the one thing about brothers. I learned this too, if you can take a nugget real quick. On the job, we're going to talk about this too. On the job, I don't have to complain. Oh, I got something real good for you. Let me write that down real quick. Give me a second, because this is my intro for the Brother Talk series. I'm gonna talk about this. Gonna be a good one. How we change our mind format at a job. And I know I spelled Brother Talk series with an S, so if it's at gmail.com, if you want to email me that one, brother with a BROTHA talks series. I know I put an S on talks. because it is a talks. Job mentality that we're going to talk about. The difference of your work, basically pride, versus not looking at others. Ooh, I got a good one. I probably already spoke about it before. It's going to be real good. And you were like, whoa, I never thought about that. And Honorable Mr. 44th President, I don't care about all that other stuff. He was the first color of man, African descendant. I don't care what his mother and father is, to look as I do. In the so-called, they call it a damn White House. And go get it. We're going to get in that too. They call that a White House. Why they call it a White House when America is all nationality and ethnicities? See, words have meaning. We're going to go over meaning of, we're going to be brothers. We're going to go over meanings of words. And we're going to be on a mission though. Because social media is at an all-time high. Keep saying this is on. No, this is all over the world. I want for me, my whole purpose, even on my other channel, was to be the example. I even got down, but I know that woman brought me up and said, man, you're not being as positive you used to be. You sound angry, and I respect, and she didn't diss my anger. See how she didn't diss? I respect your anger. I respect that you feel that way. But what drawed me to you wasn't that. She said, you can talk about it, but she said, you start indulging in that. She's like, don't indulge in that. I said, you're right. And I listened to her. I ain't know this from a lady from a can of paint. I just know I looked at her channel. We looked at each other's channel. We became a natural family. Till this day, I don't know if she still be on there, but she's doing great. She do her own thing, married, and it's beautiful. She's married. So it's not from a hands of just hurt and pain and a woman just talking just to talk. It was from a place of help. And I accept, and we got to learn, that's another one, learning how to accept help. Well, we're going to have a whole bunch because topic is going to come up. Learning how to accept help. And yes, brothers, we do need help. Stop saying you don't need help. And if you don't need help, then by all means, let's talk. Let's talk about what you did. And then we're going to talk about how it may not work for all the brothers. That's one thing we got to understand. One thing for one brother may not work for the next brother. We got to understand that. The way you learn. See, you thought I was going to say something else. See, you're already thinking in a way. Now start challenging yourself on your thinking behavior. Don't think just because it's that way, that's the way. Just because you only see one way, I don't see one way. When you tell me the only thing for a man to do in his family is work, I say no. What about if something happened and he get hurt? He loses his job and his wife is working. What can he do? He don't become the woman, but his manness don't change. His duties to his family change a little. It get for a quick minute. Because this happens. We don't talk about that. Dudes, some men get fired from their jobs. I don't care how many skills you have. Sometimes your business is not doing so great. See, but we don't talk about that. We want to take on this art of saying, well, I did it so you can do it. I know I can do it. But let's do this. What's the difference between a man walking down the street and a man driving a car? See, your mind went in all these different reasons. To me, it's nothing. Walking down the street and driving a car mean absolutely nothing. That tells me nothing about that man. So here we go again. What's the difference between a man that goes to college, get his degree, with a man that goes to college, get a degree? One get the job and one don't. What's the difference? Nothing. Because Who's saying that man's performance at his interview was better than the other guys just because he got the job? Not profession. See, you see how you think. And that's where we want to empower each other to say, man, oh, okay, we're not making an excuse, but I'm going to give some real reasoning into why, if my mentality is only, well, he can make it because I did it, it's killing us. And it literally is. That's like saying, another example, I was born in the projects or the hood, the street, the trap, whatever you want to call it. He was born next door. He was born there too, and he lived next door to me. He sold drugs, so he's a piece of crap. I didn't sell drugs because I'm a good dude. No, we're going to kill that too. That's like we're going to kill the gay stigma stereotype. No, it's because he's gay. That don't make him not as strong. Half of the damn athletes are gay. Dude's averaging 5.6 yards a carry. A lot of the running backs was pretty gay or fruity or homosexual or bisexual. What we talking about? The sports we love, them boxers, they're gay. What are we? Them dudes will kick your butt. I don't care if he gay. I watched the gay dude whoop on the straight dude because he thought he was bigger and badder because he was gay. Then he got like, now you can't. He was like, what? He was giving that man the work with the hands. He was like, pop. He ducked, dude swung, made him miss, hit him with the left hook, hit him in the gut, and then knocked him out. And then say, because I don't have to promote homosexual lifestyle, but I'm not going to promote still. And I'm not on this trans men. I'm not on that. That they're women, they're men. Same skin color. He's going to battle some things. If I show you a trans or a gay man, his father wasn't in his life, and you tell me your father wasn't in your life, are we not on the same plateau? We're going to say what problems, we're not even going to talk about our preferences. We're going to say, how did that make you feel, brother? So, but then if we do go into the talks of it, well, I'm going to say, why you go to the streets? Well, why he go gay? See, but you're not going to see how I see it in a different light, in a different way. That's why I'm lit. See, lit means to be a light. I'm a pilot light. I'm not the loudest voice. I'm not the biggest voice. I'm not the strongest voice. I don't want to be the center of attention, but I want to be the man that can say, hey, brother, you can do it. Or why did you go there? What caused you to go there? And what we gonna do too, we about to emphasize, I was born. So any analogy is stupid that I hear about us dissing each other. If I am bad, if your analogy is African Descendant Men and African men suck. We are the worst at everything. Would that not make the women worst at everything? See, I learned something. I cannot have a message saying that I am better than the other. That wouldn't make no think. We gotta start thinking. Thinking, brothers, think. How can I be better than the woman? How can the woman be better than the man? I came out of a African descendant woman, or if you African woman womb, correct? Okay. My seed came from an African descendant man or African man, right? Correct, right? So if one was not to be on par with the other one, would that not be a conflict in a disorder, a war, battle somewhere? I want you to think about that. Brothers, I know a lot of us don't think about that. Think about that. will not a conflict be somewhere? So you don't hear that one. That don't make sense to you, huh? So if your mother was not, or your father was not good people, you would, or never procreated, you wouldn't be born. So I don't know how to put this in some type of super intelligent way, but if I am less than, my woman have to be less than, right? And if you say no to that, in some way, we're going to discuss that, and you're going to have to try to make me understand ill logic, because I don't understand logic. If 1 + 1 is 2, how was 1 + 1 8? It's no form, shape, or fashion that my counterpart can be better than me and I can be better than my counterpart. Or it don't go along together. Or I am not good and my counterpart is good. That can't make sense, because I am birthed with the counterpart. She is birthed with the counterpart. Don't have any sense to it. And we're going to start simplifying the history of our great men. I don't know about the background, because any of these men, I never met none of them. I seen them, or I know of them, and I read about them. Now, for all the other negative things, I have no clue if that's even true. Don't matter what my soul and spirit tell me, I still don't know if it's true or not. Because I'll learn something about spirituality. I'm going to talk about that. If I stay in the group, so we're going to do emotions right now in your feelings. If I stay in the group that say, I hate black women, 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 that group is going to hate black women. What good and positive will come from that group? How can I relate to those male? I don't hate black women. What we call black. So if I hate the women, I'm not going to use that stupid saying, you hate your own mother. No, that woman cheated on me. No, that woman hurt me. That woman stabbed me. That woman shot at me for no reason. That woman scared of me for no reason. That has nothing to do with my mother. I'm not going to allow their logic, their ill logic, to be logical to me. You did something to me. You just said something to me. What did you say? That's what I'm discussing. I'm not talking about what some celebrity, some sports player, some artist, some engineer, some scientist, some pastor, some whoever did something to me or to that person. I'm talking about, what did you say to me? We're going to live out real accounts and real life experiences and learn from them. So this is all about the younger men. This is about the younger men, so they can be powerful, so they can be strong, so we can implement and start amplifying, illuminating our powers that we truly have. No longer dissing, negative, and bad, powerful, good, and positive. That's what the Brother Talk series is all about. So send me emails, get in the comment section. Let's get this going. And if I don't have nothing, if nobody give me any suggestions, we can do the job mentality as the first example of the Brother Talk series. So I want to say thank you to all the brothers. Before you even get here, come with your thinking caps. Come with your positive and good affirmations, empowerment, and reinforcements for we can start showing the good side. This is our series. I want for our men. And then if we do inject other men, it's more of a talk of how type of resolve and resolution. Because one part, I am honesty, I am truth, I am resolve, resolution. And I am me. Can nobody take? And I want to cap this off, brother, and just send me them emails. Brother, you are stronger than who you think you are. You are who you think you are. And if that's who you think you are, that's who you are. Brother always said that to us. I may not ever say it the right way, but that's something for you to think about. So you have one path, got one journey. You got a lot of choices and options, but choose wisely, because what I say unto one, I say unto all. But you be your best. This is the Brother Talk series. This is the start of good male discussion. I'm not part of nothing on the YouTube. I'm a curator, as we call it. I don't have to use the word content no more. Curator. Look up the word Curator. We about to curate our own image for the first time in history. Selah and shalom, my brothers.